Hello, my name is Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about Bookcon. Okay, if you've been a part of the bookish community for a minute, you know Bookcon is one of the most anticipated bookish events of the entire year. So, if you want to learn more about it, you're in the right place. Last year, 2017, I went to Bookcon for the very first time, and I had the absolute time of my life. And now it's 2018, and guess who's going again? Me! I'm so excited! So I decided I'd make a video about it and talk to you guys about Bookcon for anybody who's going for their very first time this year or doesn't even know what it is and wants to learn more about it so they can possibly still go this year or maybe go next year. Like I said before, I've only been to Bookcon one other time, so just a little disclaimer that this is my own experience with Bookcon, my own experience with the company, my own experience with the event, with the center, with going, with just doing my own thing. These are all of my own personal experiences, so if I say one thing and you guys go and you experience another thing, just don't be surprised because these are all my own, this is all me, just me. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys because I don't want you guys to listen to what I say and then be upset if something's changed or different, because Bookcon is been evolving since it's been around in 2014. It was such a small event in 2014 and now it's humongous. There's crowds and hordes of people waiting to get in. I don't know how many people went. I'm going to look it up and I'm going to put it in here because I want to know how many people went to Bookcon because that place was packed and it was so fun. I can't get over it. First things first, I'm just going to be talking about my experience with Bookcon. Again, I went last year, 2017. My experience was actually quite an experience, if I do say so myself. Bookcon is usually held on a Friday and a Saturday, and BEA, or Book Expo now that it's called, is held 3 days before that, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't gone to BEA and I'm still not going this year. So BEA is held for, I believe it is the 3 days before Bookcon, and then Bookcon is the Saturday and the Sunday after that, and they're both run by the same company and they're both held in the same place. So, Bookcon has been held in the Javits Center for the past however many years, except one year it was in Chicago, which I don't know why. I'm happy it's in New York. Easy commute for me. Just hop on a train, take a 40-minute train ride over, and I'm there. I'm in the city, and I'm heading on my way to Bookcon. Again, definitely a really interesting experience with Bookcon for myself because the Friday beforehand, I actually had my senior high school prom. So I had a very busy week that week. I don't remember anything else I was doing. I just remember getting ready for prom and getting ready for Bookcon, which meant looking into transportation to see if I wanted to take the train or if I wanted to drive. That meant making my nail appointments and my hair appointments and my makeup appointments and getting outfits for Bookcon and getting my prom dress ready and making sure it's still fit and just it was stressful. And if you have been to prom, you know how stressful prom is. You know how much you want it to live up to the expectation and the hype, and you want to look the most beautiful you've literally ever looked in your entire life. You want to look like it's your freaking wedding day for all you care. It was a busy week for me. Friday, from 4 o'clock on, I was promming it up. It was very busy. I was out until probably about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning the night before. I got to my friend's house because I was sleeping over at my friend's house and we were gonna go to Bookcon together. So I slept over at her house the night beforehand. We got back at about 4 o'clock in the morning and we had plans to wake up at about 7 o'clock and be leaving for the city by 8 the latest. I think that was it. Honestly, I think it was probably earlier than that. So we were not gonna get more than 3 hours of sleep, but obviously, like I said before, it was a long night for both of us. It was a long day for both of us. It's been a long week. It was senior year. It was a long year, to be totally honest. We wound up waking up at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30. Bookcon starts at 10 o'clock. Bookcon starts at 10. So, we wake up and we're losing our actual marbles. They're on the floor. The marbles are gone. Our wigs are snatched. We're done for. We are done. And it was so stressful. I remember waking up, throwing on my outfit, and we ran out of that house. And we didn't actually take the train last year. We drove down there and we actually parked it in a garage. There's a garage like a block or two down the street from the Javits Center. So we put it in there. I think it was really expensive though. This year I'm taking the train because even the train for 2 ways, both days, I think it was still cheaper than that garage. It was about $70 for 1 day for that garage. And the time went up before Bookcon ended, so we even had to leave a little bit early, which really sucked. Anyway, we got in the car, we left, and it was actually a really, really quick ride. It was only like a half hour, and we got there by about 9:30, and we walked in, and it was the best day of my life. It was Bookcon, it was big, it was huge, there were so many people walking around, and then I remember walking in, they check your bag, I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing. I don't think I was walking through a metal detector, I think they were checking your bag when you walk in, and that's how my Bookcon started. 9 times out of 10, booktubers do not mind if you go up to them, as long as they're not busy. So definitely recommend that if you're a nervous Nelly like me and you don't want to bother people. Just do it. Just say hi. Worst they can do is, I don't know, say go away. It's not, and that is pretty bad. I really doubt they're gonna mind. I doubt any of them will mind, so definitely say hi if you're there to anybody. So anyway, like I said, we actually wound up being on time, and it honestly didn't even matter that we were late because the way they set it up is everybody was just in a big ass line in the bottom floor of the center, and it was huge. There were so many people, like so many people. Like I said before, I want to look it up. There were so many people, and they were just all waiting in line. We were chilling for a hot 25 minutes or so before they finally started letting people go onto the show floor and go inside, go into whatever room they needed to go into to do whatever they needed for the day. And again, obviously we got there a lot later than a lot of people, so we didn't get to leave like the room and go onto the show floor until about 10:10. We both had really different itineraries for the day, so honestly I think I saw her about once or twice during the whole day. I spent my day by myself, and I had a fantastic time. So if you can't manage to take someone with you and you don't have a bookish friend to go with you, honestly take your parents, maybe they'll go with you. Take your mom, take someone, just drag someone along. But if not, going by yourself is honestly, it is a good time. I had such a good time, and because you don't have someone with you, maybe you don't have someone in your ear saying like, oh, I don't want to do this. So like you could literally just do whatever you want for the entire day. I did that, and I still managed to get in line for one of the bookish events that I had, and that was the BookTube meet and greet. And so that was a really good time. I got there and waited for about 10 or 15 minutes. Honestly, I think it was a little longer than that. I think it was probably about 25 minutes. And waited for all of them to come out. They came out, and you get a decent amount of time talking to them, taking pictures with them, and just hugging them and having a good time. And it was really so much fun. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to do it again this year. It's such a good time. It's so fun, in case you can't tell. Okay, so that was just my experience. That was just a little bit of a rundown. I really wanted to give you guys the rundown. I like saying how I had prom the night before, and then the next day, my best friend was, I was going to say getting married. She did not get married. She graduated the next day, so I had that the next day. I told you all I had a very busy week. Now, I talked about my Bookcon. Let's talk about your Bookcon. I want you guys to have a fantastic, phenomenal, amazing time. Amazing. So, that is super possible as long as you know what rules to follow and you don't go in blind. I am personally very anal about these things. Like, I like to have things planned. I'm a very laid back person for, like, a lot of things, but when it comes to things like this where I need to plan it out, I do not like going into things blind. It is my least favorite thing to do, so I really enjoy planning things out. I like making spreadsheets, I like making lists, I like just doing all that fun stuff. So I did my research, so honestly, even though I've been to Bookcon once, I honestly feel like it's okay for me to say like a couple of things you probably should do beforehand. And like I said before, though, this is just my experience. Yours could be totally different, but I just want to talk to you guys about your Bookcon and a couple of things you definitely should do before and during your Bookcon to make it the absolute best it can possibly be. First thing I want to talk about is ticketing, just your basic tickets. Oh, side note, look how cute the tickets are this year. Last year they were kind of ugly. I don't even know what was on them. It was an astronaut. I don't know what that was for. But look how cute! Look. It's Queen of Air and Darkness. Oh no, that was Lady Midnight. This is Lord of Shadows. Ticketing though, if you're watching this video, you most likely already got your Bookcon ticket, and if you didn't, there's definitely still time to pick one up, but by now you'd have to pick it up the day of. But if you order it by a certain date, they'll mail you your passes for the day. Honestly, for as much as you get to do at Bookcon, it's not that expensive for a ticket. I mean, that's just me saying that with my financial situation. I'm in super close proximity to the city, so I don't have to spend much on transportation. So honestly, it's probably a lot more expensive for people who have to travel from, I don't know, Florida, California, like halfway across the country. I mean, if people from halfway across the country come to Bookcon, I don't doubt it. So definitely for them, it's a lot more expensive. But if you live pretty close to it, it's a pretty affordable ticket for what you get. Bookcon tickets, I believe, are between $30 and $40 for each day, and you get to meet how many authors, and there's so many giveaways, and there's just so much to do, and it's just super worth it in my opinion. But again, tickets, if you haven't got yours already for this year, you can still buy them, and if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. So I'll definitely still link their website down below though, so you can look at their ticketing and everything like that in case you're still interested in going, or if you are looking to go next year. What to bring? Okay, so as fun as Bookcon is, and as much as you're gonna not want to think about things that you kind of have to do and have to have, or necessities, there's some stuff you definitely need to bring. My first, number one major thing you definitely need to bring, I know a lot of people's is portable chargers. Mine is food. I know that sounds pretty weird, but I didn't eat. Like, I didn't bring food with me, and I didn't slow down during the day at all enough to eat until I had a little bit of time before a panel I wanted to go to at 5 o'clock. I think the panel started at 4:45, and I wanted to be early to the panel, so it was probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I was running from 8 o'clock in the morning until then, and then I had prom the night before, so I just barely ate anything that night too. Bring food. You're gonna be sitting down in a line waiting for an autographing, and you're gonna realize how hungry you are, and you're not gonna want to spend however much money for the food at the Javits Center because it is pretty expensive. And I don't know if I was being dramatic or not, but I bought like a $6, $7 sandwich, and I dropped half of it and I wanted to cry. I was so upset. I was so hungry and so upset because I dropped half of my freaking sandwich. It was the worst, but it's okay. It's fine. I know this year to pack a few granola bars away and then definitely eat breakfast. So definitely bring food, bring water. Definitely do that. Bring granola bars. Bring granola bars and water. 100%. I know this seems pretty obvious, especially if you're driving there. Bring a license too, because I'll get into this also. Like, the rules for their autographing, they say they check your ID to your ticket to make sure it's your ticket. That didn't happen to me last year, but also I still want to have it just in case they come out of nowhere and it's like, I want to see your ID. So definitely just have it just in case, and then also have it for other reasons, just in case you need it. Bring your ID. Again, bring a portable charger because your phone's gonna die. You're there for hours on end, definitely taking videos, taking pictures, trying to remember all these experiences. Remember your charger. I did not see one outlet the entire time I was there. So bring a portable charger at that. Definitely invest in one. It'd be a great investment, especially for this trip. And then again, I'm super anal about planning things. I bet you guys are tired of hearing that word. I know I am, but I just really like planning things and making sure I'm not going into anything blind and knowing exactly what I'm doing for the day. So I already have my schedule for Bookcon planned as well. I would definitely suggest planning your day. Just even if you don't do all this stuff, it's just like suggestions like, oh, you could go here and do this. You'd be interested in doing this. People made Excel spreadsheets of every single event that's happening at BEA and Bookcon and put it together in an Excel sheet, and they've tweeted it, they've put it online. These people are kind as heck. I'll link these down below. They tweeted it, so I might link the tweet. I might link the spreadsheet. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll definitely give them credit wherever it's due. So that'll be somewhere in the description. That 100% is so necessary because you definitely want to know what's happening. Even though I said I like planning things out, honestly, I had such a packed day last year that I didn't really get to walk the show floor that much. I remember walking it once, and it was one of the highlights is just getting to walk the show floor, especially for the first time, and getting to see all these publishers that are there, all the books that are there, because everyone's there for the same reason. They all love books. So just getting to walk the show floor was such an amazing experience, to be totally honest with you. I stopped, I talked to people, I met authors. I met authors I didn't even know were authors. It was such a good time. And that's the thing about Bookcon, it's like authors just walk around. It's weird, but it's true. My friend, literally, she was in line to get Starbucks, and I forget which author she said was in front of her. I don't want to say it was for Perks of Being a Wallflower, but it might have been, but it might have not been, so I could be wrong. But she said an author was in front of her, and she talked to him, and he was super nice, and that's the thing, is people just walk around. So definitely take some time to walk around the show floor, because I know this year I'm also going to make that a bit of a bigger priority, just so I can see what's there and what I can do. Also bring a map, because I got lost. It's a maze. Next thing I want to talk to you about is the bigger events that they have at Bookcon. So meet and greets, panels, and autographing. I know last year was the first year they did it like this, but they did continue to do it the way they did it last year, this year, so I'm figuring it was successful. I personally enjoyed it the way they did it. I know a lot of people didn't, but I honestly think this was the most fair way to do it, and also kind of the most convenient way to do it. They did their autographing tickets online. So basically, maybe 2 to 3 weeks before BookCon, they hold an autographing lottery, I saw them call it, but all they do is say, hey, autographing lottery is going live. You get to pick up 2 authors per day to go to a signing for. So if Adam Silvera and Cassandra Clare were signing the same day, but you also wanted to see Veronica Roth, who's also autographing the same day, you'd have to pick 2. Honestly, that is the most fair way to do it, because I've heard about people going super early in the morning at other book cons before the last one, and they would just line up so early that they would get all of the autographing bands, and that's what would happen for a lot of people that lined up early. They would just get all the tickets they could, and then probably not even wind up going to some of them. I didn't even go to all my autographings last year, and I wound up giving one of the tickets away. But that's also another big thing that I refrain from is autographings. V.E. Schwab. Haven't read any of her books yet. I really, really would like to. If I had the chance to meet her, I would. But that's also a big thing. That's a moral thing probably for me, is if her ticket is available to me, I'm probably not going to get it, because I don't want to take that away from somebody else, because I know so many other people love her books. I did that with Leigh Bardugo last year. I had a ticket for one of her signings last year, and I hadn't read any of her books yet, and I just remember feeling so guilty about it that I put on the Bookcon app, hey, I have an extra ticket, I'm at this location, whoever comments first, like, you're gonna be able to come get it, and that's what I did for her. So anyway, autographing, what you're gonna do is they do it online, and you just pick 2, you throw it in a cart, they email it to you, they email your tickets, and they even can scan it right off your phone. It's honestly super easy. And then the second part to autographing that I don't really hear people talk about as much as ticketed autographing is in-booth signings. In-booth signings are amazing, and they're not advertised as much as the regular autographings, but they're so much better because they're not ticketed usually. So what that means is if you know where this person is signing, you go and you line up and you call it a day. I remember walking into the show floor after I went to the BookTube meetup, and I was like, whoa, what's happening? And I walked right into a booth that had Adam Silvera signing, and there were like maybe 15-ish people in line, probably less than that, and he was just finishing up, and I asked the woman that was working that booth, hey, like, what's happening? Like, is this ticketed? And she was like, no, not at all. And they were giving away the books to sign, so sometimes you have to buy books for them to sign, and sometimes you're just giving a book to them for them to sign, and I was just given the book to sign, and so I was very happy, and I got History Is All You Left Me Signed by Adam Silvera. In-book signings, look them up. They're going to be your best friend. They really are. I'm going to like a hot 3 this year. I'm very excited. That's another thing that I just brought to my own attention is buying books for signings. And literally, the ticketed autographings, you have to buy a book. And that's just the end of it. I know it's kind of annoying for a lot of people because obviously if you're meeting your author, you're going to have read their books before. So, but it's actually not that bad. Like, you're allowed to still bring your own books and ask them to sign your own books, but I like it because I don't have to bring my own books from home and lug them around. I really don't mind having multiple copies of a book. I can just donate one or sell it and call it a day. Meet and greets and panels, they are advertised on the website. So again, the website and everything will be linked below. Meet and greets and panels are a very good time. I liked all of them that I went to last year, but the thing is, especially for panels, you have to get there early. The panel room most likely won't fill up depending on who's in there. I really doubt it's going to fill up, but I know that they changed it. They used to let people stand along the back wall, and now they don't anymore. They close the door if all the seats are full. So beware of that. Meet and greets, those fill up really fast too, so get there and get in line early because you really don't want to miss out on a meet and greet because those are really, really fun. I definitely didn't cover everything, but I covered what I wanted to cover. One more thing though, ARC drops, free merch, and like giveaways and stuff like that. It's not BEA. Don't expect a whole lot of ARC drops. Those are mainly for Book Expo because those are the publishers that are there and expecting these releases. Those are the booktubers that review books and have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they're gonna get the word out there. So that's why they're at that event, and that's why they're getting that arc. So that's why there's not too many arcs at Bookcon. It's okay, there still are some arc drops. Like I said, I'll link the whole spreadsheet below to what arc drops will be there. Giveaways and stuff, you really just have to look on publishing houses' websites if they're doing any giveaways. They usually give away tote bags. There's a lot of tote bags that they give away at Bookcon. This is a bookish tote of mine that I got, and these are a bunch of my pins on them. They give away a lot of pins too. A lot of these are Owl Crate pins, but some of these are definitely Bookcon pins. Like, a lot of them are Bookcon pins actually. This is my absolute favorite pin ever. I have a sticker of it as well, and it says Chapter Raptor, and it's from Owl Crate. And this, even though it is Owl Crate, it was at Bookcon. That's where I got it. But they do give away a lot of pins. Like I said, they give away a lot of posters. I got 3 posters last year. They give away a lot of stuff. Just know where it is and you'll be fine. You'll get some merch, especially because there's 2 days. It's okay, because like I said, I'm pretty sure I covered everything that I wanted to. So if you have the means to go to Bookcon, do it. I loved it. I compared it to Disneyland last time I was there, and you guys know how much I love Disney. So that's how much I loved it. Honestly, at this time next year, pretty sure I'm going to be in Florida, but I'm planning on coming again next year already. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for next year. I'm happy and excited for all the years that I'm gonna get to go to Bookcon, because it genuinely is just such an amazing experience for book lovers. Because especially book lovers, BookTube, it's not acknowledged it's not acknowledged that much, and we all know it, and I think a lot of us are just like very okay with it, but at the same time, it's like, books are cool, read them, it's fun, it's a different world. You get to live all of these lives, you get to see all of these things, you get to experience all of this, and it's just so cool, and everyone there gets that, and everyone there is just, everyone that is there for that reason. Everyone's there because they love books. I did not encounter one rude person while I was there. To be totally honest, I've heard people, honestly, people have their own experiences where people are pretty rude when they're trying to get online, or they're trying to get a book that they want, or trying to get an arc, and people can go a little crazy. But like I said, everyone that I met was just so unbelievably kind, and I talked to people that I was in line next to, who I was sitting next to in panels, who I could be walking and be like, hey, like your shirt, and someone would be like, oh, thanks, and we'd have a conversation, and it's just that kind of environment, and I can't recommend it enough. If you're thinking about it, just do it and go for it if you have the means to, because it's amazing and you won't regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely be doing vlogs and anything else Bookcon related that I can do after Bookcon. I usually don't self-promo my Twitter. I just link it down below, but I'm also going to be tweeting and posting pictures, and even posting pictures on Instagram too. I don't go on my Instagram a lot though, so look out for Twitter. But I'll be posting all of my bookish experiences at Bookcon, so if you want to see those, both of my @names are Ryan's Reads, just my channel name, so super easy. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited. Bookcon is exactly 8 days away. Super excited. My name is Ryan. This is Ryan's Reads, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.